Life doesn't always start in ideal conditions. Some of us begin our journeys in obscurity, hardship, or rejection. But what matters most is not where you start, it's how you choose to rise. Today, I want to speak to you about going from grass to grace, not just metaphorically, but powerfully, practically, and personally. Let's start with someone we all admire, Michael Jordan. Today, his name is synonymous with greatness. He's a six-time NBA champion, a global icon, a billionaire. But what many forget is that he was once cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine being told you weren't good enough to play for your school, only to become the greatest to ever play the game. When that door closed on him, Jordan could have given up. But he didn't. He went home, cried, and then he got to work. He trained harder, longer, and more deliberately. That rejection became his fuel. And years later, the world cheered for the very man who was once overlooked. From overlooked to overachiever, that's grass to grace. Now, consider Colonel Harland Sanders, the man behind KFC. At 65 years old, broke and nearly forgotten, he began knocking on doors with a fried chicken recipe and a vision. He was turned down over 1,000 times. He slept in his car, carried rejection on his back, and yet he didn't stop. He believed that age wasn't a limit. Persistence was his power. Eventually, someone said yes, and from that yes, a global fast food empire was born. He didn't let age define his outcome. He turned defeat into destiny. And then there's Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world. But her beginning was heartbreaking. Born into poverty in rural Mississippi, she wore potato sacks as dresses and faced abuse that could have broken her spirit. At 14, she became a teenage mother, but still pursued education and seized every opportunity to speak, to rise, to become more than her pain. When she was told she was unfit for television, she didn't quit. She transformed, and the world watched her evolve into a media mogul, a philanthropist, and a symbol of resilience. Oprah didn't just survive, she soared. That's grace in action. So, what's the common thread? Each of these giants, Jordan, Sanders, Oprah, faced rejection, poverty, trauma, or failure. But they didn't stop there. They leaned into their struggle, and on the other side, they found greatness. You see, grass to grace isn't about luck. It's about relentless belief, bold steps, and refusing to stay small when the world tells you to shrink. You may be in your grass season right now. Maybe you've been overlooked, laughed at, passed over, or counted out. But I'm here to remind you, every blade of grass has the potential to bloom into a garden. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your failure. You are becoming. So keep growing, keep showing up, keep believing. Because grace isn't a destination, it's a journey. And when you arrive, the world won't just see your success, they'll stand in awe of your story. From grass to grace, your journey begins now.